Cowboys, another game where they just couldn't get it done in the red zone. Dak Prescott had a touchdown, then they were able to get that touchdown to Brandon Cooks in this game in the red zone. But overall, it was a pretty tough defensive game. I felt like these two teams matched up well against each other, but for the Chargers, it looks like they're missing Mike Williams a lot right now, because if they had that second dynamic weapon to go with Josh Palmer and Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler in this game, I felt like they definitely would have been able to win this game going away. It wouldn't have been as close as it was, albeit the Chargers, but felt like they would have had more control and been able to move the ball. But credit to the Cowboys for going out there, getting the win. Micah Parsons, didn't hear from him all game until when it really mattered, and then he got in there, made the sack on Justin Herbert, and then the very next play was able to get pressure on Herbert to make him throw the interception that ultimately ended the game. So Cowboys bounce back off a blowout win, but this definitely feels like a wounded Chargers team, because we had Mike Williams is out for the season, and then Nick Bosa was on a snap count, but when he was in the game, he's wreaking havoc, but he's still dealing with some injuries. Justin Herbert has a broken left finger, and he's gutting his way through it, still stiff arming people with that left arm. So credit to the Cowboys for winning this game. And then I felt the pain of just every Chargers game just being close, them coming back, they have a chance to do it, and then just not quite getting there.
Yep. Now you know how it feels. This is why I can never pick the Chargers in any game anymore, because it's this shit every single week for this team. It's so frustrating, even just like rooting for the Chargers. And I'm not a Chargers fan, but I feel like for a team that gets kicked and abused as their fans do each and every week, I want them to be successful. I want to have a season where they have, like how the Lions are having this year, the tale of two cursed franchises, right? The Lions have won one playoff game in 65 years. The Chargers always find a way to lose, always find a way to tuck their tail between their legs and come away with an embarrassing loss. And this is like, everyone tries to anoint the Chargers as like the perennial, playoff team. But honestly, I don't understand how their team is this, like, it just always feels like there's something wrong with this team. Yeah. This offense, putting up 17 points, albeit against the Cowboys defense that's played well. But like, you have Justin Herbert, who people want to anoint as a top 5 quarterback. I wouldn't put him as top 5. But then you still have Austin Eckler. You still have Keenan Allen, and Josh Palmer's played very well. So your offense should be better than what you're doing. You went out, I guess it wasn't just Joe Lombardi's fault. I guess maybe Kellen Moore. I don't know what's going on, but it doesn't seem like they ever have everything pieced together. And not only that, just a bunch of penalties, whether it's their tackle Trent Pipkins, who was having flags, or Derwin James doing some questionable decisions on the defensive side of the ball. This is a game that the Chargers definitely could have won, especially with the Cowboys and their abysmal red zone efficiency. One of the worst in the NFL. Third worst in the NFL. Up there with the lowly Panthers. So yeah, you're in the class with some of the worst teams when it comes to the red zone. And the Chargers, you should have came away with the win. I think that I can't say they played better than the Cowboys, but they had opportunities in this game. And then Justin Herbert, 2-minute drill. What can he do? This is why they pay him $265 million to be the guy. And albeit he did get pressured, but just an ugly interception to end the game. And that's the life of a Chargers fan, is seeing this kind of game every single week. Never a close game or never a blowout. Always a close game and always ending in heartbreak.
Yeah, and I feel it. I felt it this game. And then Justin Herbert, I was like, oh, he's probably not going to get this last drive done, because it's just not the Chargers' MO. And then he goes out there, throws an interception when everyone in the stadium's excited. They're ready for a comeback, but just didn't happen. And before the game, when I saw this and we were previewing, I was like, it feels like two teams staring each other in the mirror that find a way to blow games, find a way. They're like anointed a perennial playoff team, but just find a way to be somehow very mediocre throughout the season. Cowboys and then Chargers looking like a worse team than the Cowboys at this point. But the main takeaway from this game too is there is nothing special at all about the Cowboys offense. It's like CeeDee Lamb or bust, and then Tony Pollard is very stoppable. It's not is like he's not an elite running back, and it's not that he's bad. He's very good. And I would be happy if he was my number one running back, but he definitely seems like he is stoppable. He had that one big play, but it was on a reception. But like, I feel like he's almost a better pass receiving back than just your designated bell cow, similar to James Conner is like a similar comp I have with him. He can put up big numbers, but at the same time, Cowboys weren't really able to get a run game going. And I don't think he's going to be a guy that you'll be able to just hand the ball off to versus a team like the Lions, San Francisco, or the Philadelphia Eagles and say, okay, take some pressure off Dak Prescott.